Welcome everyone to the newest video in this web series, How to Navigate a College Website. That's what we're going to talk about today. My name is Lisa Erickson. I am the College and Career Coordinator at Graduation Alliance, and I am here to help you as students make better prepared choices as you move forward in the future. And so I thought this was a great place to start because this is something important that you will all be focused on now that you've completed your high school diploma. So this can be overwhelming, especially when it comes to websites. They offer so much information on these different school websites. But we're going to look at this and try to find a way to make it a little bit easier as we look through some of the most important key items that we want to be paying attention to. So some of the things you'll want to focus on, of course, is the homepage and the navigation process. We're going to look through that. The admissions process, colleges and majors, the cost and financial aid. I know that's a huge one that's so important. Looking through new student information, utilizing the calendar, advising and counseling, and student life. So there are a lot of different pieces. And you will see that we're going to look at one specific college. We're actually going to be looking at the University of Utah, where I did my undergrad degree. And you'll see that they're very, very similar. Not everything is going to be in exactly the same place where I go through it with you here, but you will find very similar layouts, and hopefully you will take the time to really explore. So we're going to take a minute. We're just going to look at the college homepage together for the University of Utah. You can see one thing that you'll find on all of these different websites are a lot of different tabs, specifically admissions, student life, academics. Those were kind of like the big three. Often you'll see announcements and important information right here on the homepage as well. You can see there's a lot of great links here that can just kind of help you just dive right into the information, but we're going to go and kind of break it down a little bit more. So the first piece that's so important, as you guys know, is the admissions process. One thing that's really important is being able to identify the difference between being a prospective student and a new student. Prospective student is someone who has not yet been accepted to a college. The new student would be what you do once you have been accepted and you're going to move forward and actually, take those steps to, get into classes and actually go to school there. So when it comes to that prospective student piece, you'll see there's a lot of great information that you can find here, including requesting information. One thing that's really awesome are campus tours, which means you can set up one in person. A lot of schools offer them virtually now, which is rad. You can kind of get a feel and see if this is the kind of place that maybe you feel comfortable and want to go. You can see things like events for different, levels. If you're going in for your undergrad, which is what you'll be doing right after your high school diploma, graduate would be if you want to go on beyond that, okay? And then you'll see under the new student piece, freshman, that's first year going in, some things that you get to learn about. Here is where you'll find that information. We're going to talk about in just a minute about financial aid. But you'll see that these items right here are so very important. The financial aid piece, new student orientation, making sure that you go through the process with the registrar's office if you're going to do housing. We're going to talk about that academic calendar as well. So these pieces right here are so very important. Okay. So make sure you're following all those steps. Make sure you're going everything that, every piece that you need to, and that you're addressing all of those things. So when we look at that academic calendar, we might as well just do it now. This is some great information and some dates that you will probably want to put directly into your calendar, on your phone, maybe with reminders ahead of time. It's great to have these types of things, especially when it comes to tuition due, days that you need to register and make sure your classes are ready to go. These are very important pieces. So once you have decided what you want to study, you want to, of course, make sure that the school that you're looking at offers those specific programs. That's really important. So you can look and explore a little bit and learn more about the college, the majors, the academic departments. They're all kind of very similar. They go together. A college is often just kind of that general entire groupings of, hey, I want to be in this field. I want to go into business, for example. But then you have to determine what type of major you want. Are you interested in being an accountant maybe? Maybe you want to be in that marketing side, which is also business, but a very different degree. Maybe you want to be more of an entrepreneur and you have that kind of a spirit and you want to move forward in that area. Okay. And an academic department is often very similar. It might just be a little bit different. So we can find all of that under academics, right? And here is colleges and departments. You'll see kind of that breakdown. It's a great place to go and explore and think, hey, what do I want to study? Is it available at this school? And if you're really, really into one school and they don't offer your program, you might want to expand and think outside of just attending that one school. You'll also be able to, under academics, see things like catalogs and schedules, see what classes are offered and when they're offered. And that's really important as well, to be able to kind of see if it fits with your job and the other things that you have going on in your life right now. You want to make sure that what you choose fits really well with that. I mentioned this already, financial aid and cost and how important that is. I showed you where to find that under the admissions. There is often that financial aid scholarships, and this goes hand in hand with, finding out what tuition is due. At this school in particular, they've got some great information, financial aid checklists. If you want to take the time, fill out your FAFSA, which I highly recommend. It's a great way to be able to get some funding if you qualify. You can actually meet with a financial aid counselor, and you can chat with them and see what kinds of resources they have, and get into more details, especially about things like scholarships, and they can give you more information about that. There's different forms to fill out, important things for freshmen. Whenever you see these little tabs that say learn more, I would always recommend clicking on them and learning a little bit more. Here are some dates and deadlines. And then at the very bottom here, guys, there is an actual little tab that shows the specific cost of attendance. We don't need to worry too much about what that is, but they did a good thing. They kind of broke it down. If you're living off campus, if you're on campus, if you are, someone who's a resident, a non-resident, all of those things. And it's always based on that full-time enrollment, which is usually at least 12 credits that you would be taking to be considered a full-time student. Okay. Another great place to look when you are checking out these different websites and trying to feel familiar with them is looking into the academic advising and counseling. I had a hard time finding it on one of the tabs. So one thing that's really nice at a lot of schools is they have the little search bar, which is a great way to be able to go through different sites. So when you click on academic advising, when you type that out, you'll be able to find some great information. Let's see. I just want to search the University of Utah. Here we go. The Academic Advising Center. So much information. You can ask a question. You can make an appointment. There are so many resources out there for you guys to help you be successful when it comes to this big step from moving from high school, getting that diploma, moving into the college realm. There's a lot to think about, but there are a lot of people out there who can help you. And they can, utilize, you know, all sorts of things, helping you with degree tracking, figuring out what you need to graduate, where you stand academically, making sure you're in a good place, even things like career resources in the future. You can go here and you can get some help there as well. Okay, lots of great information here. So feel free to always do a little search, even if you can't find it on one of those tabs at the top. Once you're in here, you'll see there's amazing information, and you can even, connect with someone directly, or at least just kind of, remember this. And then in the future, if you ever need some additional academic advising or counseling, you can go ahead and take advantage of that. So once you've decided where to go, you've been able to see what's available, and you kind of decide this is where I want to be, I would always recommend looking into making connections when you're there on that campus. Even for people, I lived some of my college life on a campus, some of it I lived at home. But there's options for everyone. There's different clubs and leadership options and things you can do on campus, housing, and connecting with people in that way. But research does show that college students who join a club or some type of organization during their first semester, they make a really smooth transition because they have those connections, they have someone keeping them there. So if you go into one of those tabs at the top, sorry guys. Oh, you know what? If I click on this little University of Utah, I always forget it takes you right back to the home page. But if you look in student life, I just want to encourage you to explore this. See what's available with leadership, student affairs. Maybe there's something that you want to do. The Student Life Center, you can make those connections, and that can really add to your overall experience. Okay. So I hope you take the time, guys, to search for different majors, different things you want to go into, and then search a number of different colleges. See what's available. Compare the different, this is so great here and this is so great there, and these are the costs, and this will make this easier for me when it comes to schedules and all sorts of things. So take the time to explore and go through each one of those different pieces. It will really pay off in the end for you guys. If you have questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck, guys. I really do appreciate you.